The sky above Galuh burned crimson that night, like the mouth of a furnace. Lightning cracked between black clouds, and for an instant, a figure stood outlined against the storm, Rahyang Mandi Minyak, the king whose body, they said, could not be touched by fire or steel. The wind coiled around him, carrying the strange perfume of sacred oil, sweet, and yet laced with the scent of something long dead. From far below, the sound of gongs echoed, trembling through the valley. The ritual had begun. Beneath the cliffs, the people of Galuh knelt in silence, faces pressed to the earth. None dared look up. For tonight, their king would undergo the sacred oil bath of the heavens, a rite meant to cleanse the sins of the ancestors. 7 moons earlier, the stars had fallen toward the east, and the priests had whispered, the fire race, once sealed in the depths of the earth, would soon rise to reclaim their ancient vengeance. Should Rahyang fail, Galuh itself would vanish into smoke. He looked to the storm-torn sky. Before him, a great stone basin trembled, filled with golden oil that shimmered like liquid sunlight. "This is my inheritance," he murmured. "Oil born from light and dragon's blood, oil that burns the flesh but purifies the soul." In the east, the forest's shivered shadows moved, and the sound of marching feet grew nearer. Then the ground split open. Voices roared from the depths, and from the forest came legions of fire-eyed creatures, their weapons glowing like molten iron. At their head towered a being with horns of flame, bellowing, "Rahyang, the vow of your fathers is broken. Galuh stole the fire of our world, now we come to reclaim it." Rahyang said nothing. He closed his eyes, stepped to the edge of the basin, and lowered himself into the oil. Instantly, every flame in the valley died. For a breathless moment, there was only silence. Then a burst of blinding light erupted from the basin, and Rahyang rose again, his body gleaming like living metal, his eyes twin furnaces. "If you come bearing fire," he thundered, "then I shall become the fire itself." The battle that followed tore the night apart. The earth quaked, and lightning split the heavens. Each stride Rahyang took scorched the soil. Each swing of his arm turned enemies into ash. Yet, with every strike, the light around him grew unstable, as if something within the oil was feeding on his very soul. From the western hills came a figure in white robes, his face hidden, carrying a vessel of clear water. His voice was calm but heavy. "Rahyang, stop. The oil you wield is cursed. It was forged from the blood of the first king. The longer you burn, the faster your spirit dies." Rahyang's fiery eyes met the stranger's. "I know," he said quietly, "but only cursed fire can end a cursed world." Raising the Wajra Niskala blade, the ancestral sword said to cleave the veil between life and death, he slashed toward the sky. The air shattered with a sound like thunder made of glass. A wave of light engulfed the valley. When it faded, silence. The battlefield was empty. No king, no enemy. Only the lingering scent of scorched oil drifting through the dawn air. At sunrise, the villagers found a trail of glowing footprints leading to the cliff's edge, then nothing. From below came the faint dripping sound of oil seeping into the earth. Since that night, whenever the sky above Galuh burns red, mist curls over the valley, and that strange fragrance returns. They say, Rahyang never died. He merely sank between worlds, waiting for the final fire to rise again. And when it does, he will return not as a king, but as something even the gods fear to name.